All right, welcome to another episode of Discovering the Foundations of Truth. My name is John Lemus.
Director Mula.
Hussein Ambrawa.
Okay, the reason why we get together is any area which you struggle in is actually an area you don't know the truth about that. So we're trying to figure out some of the truths. First question I was going to start with to try and get into your heart a little bit. What actually gives you the most comfort? So think about it. What gives you the most comfort? I don't want to start with my cookies, but the chocolate chip cookies sometimes they comfort me a little bit. But what gives you the most comfort?
For me, it's just not bothering me.
Something not bothering you? So
in general, yeah.
Okay.
I can, focus on other things when I don't be bothered by it.
Okay. What gives you the most comfort, brother? What you think?
Depends what type of comfort you're talking about, or just overall.
This is not that type of episode, my brother. Just talking about being comfortable.
For me, I'll say being in my element. So
working or something.
So just creating.
Yeah.
Gives me the most comfort. I'm free.
Okay.
And playing soccer, but that's more like.
Yeah.
But like
that works.
Creating, just
It's
being in my
wild. The
element.
actual definition of work that we actually move towards is actually to become something. Mm-hmm. So if you're working at a job, that you're not really becoming anything, you're just trying to collect a check. Mm-hmm. It's not going to feel comfortable. It's not, it's going to actually agitate you, You're going to be like, I don't even want to go to this stupid job.
Yeah.
But if you're in your element and you're doing what you can to create, and actually the three things, creation, contribution, and connection, that's how you feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
So that definitely makes sense. All right. This one's a little funny one. Were your parents good at being parents?
Nah, I can't say that.
Can't say.
I can't say in all parts, but I can say in some parts.
Okay. What do you think?
I would say, my mom, she was good being a parent.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was, he was there. That's all I could say. So I guess he was
there.
being good there. He never left my mom.
Okay.
After 8 kids. So that's a lot
That's
of
a
work.
testament right there.
Yeah. So I would say so. I think my mom, she was good. She was loving, strict, needed to be, and
Okay.
always providing.
I would
What
have to
about your
say,
parents?
I have to say, my mom, yes, she was there for me all the time. My dad got married a couple times. He actually showed me what not to do.
Yeah.
So, he was actually out womanizing and having a great time, But now he's completely opposite. He's been with the same female for, 30 years, 35 years, something like that. So, I did learn a lot from him, even though it wasn't necessarily what to do. It could be also learning what not to do.
Yeah, so in that case, I guess they use what not to, their flaws teaches you how to be better.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Yeah. So, all right. What do you like most about people? So, say you got a best friend. What would you like most about that best friend?
Communication is key.
Okay.
That's one
so
thing
if you
I do.
Communicate. And keep his word.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. Mine has to be probably loyalty. It's almost like communicating, because it's hard to be loyal if you don't communicate.
Yeah.
You could have a best friend and not be loyal to you, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait,
I'm not going to have a best friend. That's what I'm saying. That's one of the deal breakers.
Yeah. And that's the number one thing too. But here's the question though. You gotta be loyal to yourself first.
Ooh, that's where I was going next, but go ahead.
Yeah.
So
Because you can't give something that you don't have.
Yeah. So that's definitely the serious truth about that. Because
Yeah.
if you're always finding people that are not loyal, you got to look inside.
Yeah.
There's a reason you actually attract what you are. Not what you want, but what you are. So.
What do I like about people? I like the fact that I need people. I can't. It's something that I'm realizing that I can't do it alone.
Yeah.
So I need people. That's what I like about people. That they can help me help other people.
Okay. Yep. God definitely set it up that way. We need each other.
Yeah.
We're all like a piece of the whole. But all right. So what do you dislike most about people?
Honest. What's it called? Telling lies. People telling lies.
Okay, people that are two-faced, tell
Yeah, I don't like
lies.
that.
So why would that bother you?
It don't bother me, but it just keeps me.
I'm just wondering.
It keeps me away from you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just not okay. You just don't deal with them. What do you think is the worst?
For me, the
Character
worst thing
trait.
about people is people that have given up. You know, one thing like is I don't like people that are that are just alive but not living. That's what I dislike about people.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny because I don't dislike a lot about people. It's weird. I mean, obviously, I don't include them in my circle if they're doing funny stuff, but beyond that, it just gives me an idea who to be with and who not to. So
But I'm not talking about in the people in our circle.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
talking
no,
about
yeah.
in general.
right,
Yeah. Because, like, if you really think about it, during the pandemic, yes, there a lot of people did elevate, and a lot of people, kind of saw the BS, but also a lot of people gave up,
yeah.
because the homeless is record high. People not having homes, people not,
I'm telling you what, I see so much right now that some of the kids, you'll deal with them a little bit on a certain level, and you don't see a change in the kids. I mean, you can put as much information or as much love as you can into somebody. They're still choosing to act a fool. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. And we don't really have that bad a population, what I mean? But I was talking to the principal today on the way out, and he's like, man, I don't know what else to do. I mean, you can do certain things, but after a while, the other person got to, meet you halfway,
and
but they're
and,
not.
And that's the thing. People that don't meet halfway, people are like, well,
Yeah, like you said, giving up on themselves.
exactly.
Yeah.
It all starts at home.
Yeah. They learned it from somewhere for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you think we'd be better off without social media?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you think we'd be better off?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it'll we'll grow slowly, but we'll grow together.
Okay. That's funny because it's like the connection. You're so connected, but you're so disconnected. Yeah, I mean, you think you're connected, but man, half our issues at this school is from social media.
I think half of
The internet warriors.
half of the people giving up too is from social media, because you're being sold this like fake image that somebody's living that they're not.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like influencers, in terms of like, there was this video where like this influencer was acting like she just hopped off a private jet, and then somebody pointed out to her, like somebody on the comments were like, that jet didn't even fly for a few days because the engines were blocked.
Yeah.
They were covered up, and there were a lot of stuff that it didn't look like the jet was being operated for like a long time.
Yeah.
And in the comments, like, just came from Milan. I was like, I mean, like,
Yeah,
and you're looking at like, huh? But like, it's just that, and like, we're not. People are selling images that they're not, and like the content is so quick that our attention span got shorter, and it's just this facade that it's not, even though we're connected, it's just we're so far apart. Like, you get on a bus or you get on any like public whatever, everybody, even at the airport, everybody got the phone right in their face. They're not even looking around. Nobody's talking to their neighbor or anything like that.
Okay. I'm going to skip over a couple of these. Do you find it easy to make changes in your life? Do you find it easy to make changes?
Easy? I won't say. I'll say no, because it's a habit. But you have to replace it with something like we talked about before.
Okay.
Yeah. So
change is easy in your life or no?
No, absolutely. It's just like he said. I've been reading this book, the simple way of becoming rich. I believe that's the thing. It's just basically you have to replace every bad habit with a good habit. You can't. Change is not easy, because if it was, everybody would have done it. So it's taking those bad habits and replacing them with good habits.
Okay. I don't believe it's easy either.
Yeah.
What actually do you struggle with the most? Think about it. Is it in relationships? Is it in finances? Is it in working out? Could be in any of the areas, but what do you struggle with the most?
I mean, I could say at the point right now, it's like finding somebody that's on the same level as me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like, because most of my friends are at work, and even if I want,
So why are
Them
they
not your
working for
friends.
you? Why are they working for you?
that's a good idea.
I'm
actually.
saying. Come
Yeah.
on now. Keep
a
it
good-
tight.
Okay, you got the point.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I was listening to. It was saying that if you feel like a friend or somebody in your life is holding you back, you have to be okay with letting them go.
Yeah,
You know, it's gonna hurt. You have to, because you have to elevate yourself first to come back and help them. But if you're like stuck there and like, oh, I'm just gonna keep them as friends and I'm gonna listen to the thing, like it's not helping you.
right.
You're holding yourself back. You have to let them go.
I agree.
The dude hit me hard because he was talking about, he said, like, you can't be on the phone with your friend for hours talking about their problems. You're wasting your life. Then you're not helping them. You're not helping yourself.
You can't change.
Why are you on the phone with them for hours? You could be doing something with it. I'm like, damn. Why is he attacking me like that?
Only tax if it's real.
And it was real.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was real. I'm like, I gotta cut my conversations on the
Yeah.
phone with my friends or whatever. It just cut it short to get to the point or whatever. Just move
Right.
on.
All right. Do you think bullies see themselves as bullies?
No,
You
I
think
don't.
they do?
I mean, as long they're not. Most bullies don't do it intentionally,
I
unless
think they do it intentionally.
nah. It's just their natural act on their end.
I just had this conversation with a bunch of kids today.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's a reflection. You know, like they're hurting inside from something, so they can't express how they feel, so they act. You know,
So what can you do for a bully to try and get them out of that?
Possess.
I'm
Don't
old
beat them
school.
up.
I was gonna say,
old
what's
school.
possessed?
Beat them out of it.
You let the jungle sort it out.
Exactly.
That's
I
what
mean,
usually happens.
there's always gonna be somebody bigger or better than you.
Yeah.
And so, and whether you're gonna get that lesson through Kensho or Satari, it's gonna happen.
Your choice.
You know,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen if somebody got to do it.
Yeah, the biggest thing about bullies seeing themselves as bullies, I don't think they do.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're doing it consistently, yes, they see themselves.
They might understand that they're doing it, but they can't change it.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Okay, because the reason why they're doing it is because actually hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what it is you actually have layers of trauma. You know, a lot of things, you know, that they grew up with or whatever in their head, they got layers of trauma that they don't know how to kind of get rid of.
You know, the crazy thing is most bullies are either going trouble through a home or like they lost a parent or something, or they don't
that's
have
trauma.
a home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What happens is the traumas actually kind of overlay each other.
Yeah.
And the only way you really get rid of that is by talking. That's why therapy works a little bit, you know, as long as you are accepting of what the other person is trying to help you with, you know, but you have to speak through them because everything, you know, that happened to you in the past is only in your head. You know what I mean? So they say one of the tricks you can say, like, well, what if I had no past? What if I was just born today?
Yeah.
You know, can you forget everything that happened? No, but I'm saying it's something you can try, you know, because everything that holds you back is not good for you, you know. So you got to get rid of those layers of trauma. What is the best thing about your life right now?
It's a good question. That is a good question.
Yeah, I'm saying you got to be grateful, bro, because when you're grateful, then you'll get more stuff to be grateful for.
For
If you're
sure.
always thinking
The
negative.
best thing
you're
in my
fine.
life right now, I don't even think about stuff like that. Yeah. I just know I gotta move.
You just think it ain't the environment.
Nah, hell no.
My thing is, though, I'm telling you, if you move, you take yourself to the next place. So you might be a bigger fish feeling like you're in like a little, you know,
Pond.
little baby fish bowl,
Yeah.
you know, so it might be a good thing, you know, but a lot of people will think, well, if I move, then this will go and this will, they're not even trying anything here. You know what I mean? So you take all your issues you got here and you're putting them somewhere else.
Right.
But if you've been working on yourself, which you have been, you know, as
Yeah.
far as the podcast and talking about stuff and learning, you go somewhere else, you're going to be, you know, it's going
Yeah.
to be something, you know. The one guy that worked here with me, and I was talking to him for a while, he's down in Florida, and it's like, he's almost like a diamond down there. Everybody wants him, you know, because of how his mind works.
What is he doing there now?
He's doing, you know, he does his what do you call that? Something with kids, but he's doing a different job,
Right.
But also has like a
For sure.
nonprofit.
He has a
but-
bigger market.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a bigger market, and like
Oh,
I
you
said,
think a
he's
young boy-
advanced mind wise. Eric is his name.
Yeah,
Eric
he
Fry.
came to the Neighborhood Academy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
My what I'm grateful for is for my growth, especially for the last 2 years. I've became, a better father, a better husband, a better person, a better friend. So that I'm always thankful of that.
And that actually is going to allow you to get bigger, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna
telling
open up your wings.
It's all going to open it up. Yeah. All right.
What are you thankful for?
Oh man, that's a great question.
Please.
I got a lot of good things going on, but I mean, my thing I'm actually thankful for is the support I get here in the podcast for sure. But even in school, it's almost like I walk around here as like a king. You know what I mean? It's like it is my element, it is my environment. And obviously things happen, but it does not affect me. You know, I'm grateful for how strong my mind has become. And actually a lot of teachers are asking about it. You know, even the principal, he calls me Dr. Lemus. I'm like, whatever, you know. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I've actually changed mentally pretty well, you know. So
Did the podcast help?
oh,
or-
absolutely. Because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it forces me to get another concept, to get a study. Because I go through a bunch of different content, and some of it just doesn't hit. You know, what I mean, if it doesn't
Yeah.
hit, I'm still learning stuff.
Yeah.
But when I bring something here, it's going to be something that we need. You know what I mean? So it
Yeah.
definitely, like I said, I'm learning a lot. And the only thing you can do is really better yourself.
Absolutely.
When you
Step
better
by step.
yourself, then everything around you is going to get better. You know.
Yeah.
This one's a tough one here. How would you feel if your spouse was in love with another person?
Okay, move on.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we said before, communication. You know, once we, just tell me. I don't really, have no problem with something like that.
Right.
And we can move on to, the next on both sides.
Even after 30 years.
Yeah,
You just
I mean-
communicate.
Yeah.
Things, we are creatures of change,
Good question.
and we're creatures of growth.
Yeah.
And also we are creatures of choices. So you have to be able to let it go. It's hard.
Oh, it's definitely hard.
It's definitely hard. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, but you have to.
I'm telling you though, until
let
you
it
get to
go.
that level of being able to let it go, you've never had it in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm saying you're trying to get to that level because love is just complete acceptance of what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to possession. You know what I mean? If that's your possession, you're going to fight like heck to keep that one.
Yeah.
But if she's already made a decision to move on,
Yep.
A, it's not your job to change her mind. B, I mean, she's already, she dipped her foot in the pool. So like, go
You
swimming,
dipped her
girl.
foot.
Yeah, do what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying, but you have to be confident in yourself.
For sure. For
If
sure.
you are, then it doesn't turn into like a gunfight.
Yeah.
All right. What is something you think that you think no one else thinks? What's something that you think?
I got this one.
This is a
So
tough
you
one.
got it.
And-
You got this one? Okay. What's something you think that no one else thinks? There's a lot of things in there.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I would just say like being able to teleport. That's my thing. I mean, I know a lot of people think about it, but I
I
feel
don't
like to
think
me it's special to me because like in like little moments of spurt, it's what is it? Spurs or like a quick spurt of like I see the elements of what I need to make that happen. So I think about teleportation a lot. That's like it's always every day comes up to my mind. So
Yeah.
but
There's
I also
something-
think about
there-
planes too. So.
Yeah, there's something that I don't think we went over yet, but you actually live in 3 different planes at one time. There's a physical plane, a spiritual plane, and a heavenly plane.
Okay, we got into that.
You actually got a foot in the heavenly plane. That's where you get your ideas and stuff coming down, So to me, that's almost like teleporting right there. You know what I'm saying? Without even moving. Because you have that, you have your mind, body, and your spirit, So
What about you?
what's something you think?
From my point of view, is they'll be everybody using the same currency,
Okay.
and
You think we got to go back to the bartering system? Or
being as one, you know.
yeah, because I know everybody doesn't have the same currency.
I'm just saying if, you know, us all coming together as, I guess right now, countries and,
Okay.
you know, using all the same currencies.
Yeah, they're
and
fighting to
becoming
change the
one.
currency right now. Absolutely. But I'm telling you that end times, which I've studied, is all about one world government, you know, one world religion, one world currency. And I mean, so when it all does get together, it's going to go left. So just letting you know.
It'll happen soon then. So,
Something I think no one else thinks about. When I see behaviors, I see, you know, it's like I'm able to not take on responsibility for their emotions and all that stuff. For some reason, I can kind of come out of my body and just see it happening and understand that person is hurting. You know what I mean? Because I see, you know, some negative stuff, you know, not all negative, obviously, even the happy stuff, you know. But a lot of teachers don't see outside themselves. You know, it's like that child just cussed me out. I'm like, no, he didn't. That child's hurting inside, and you just happen to be the one standing in front of him. He'll cuss anybody. I don't care.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it don't matter if it's a principal or who it is. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
they just, but I'm able to see, you know, that it's not about me. You know what I mean? It's definitely that person is asking for help, and they don't know how to ask. That's all.
I mean, it could be the police. I seen that one.
Oh,
cussed out
man,
the police.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How do you define freedom, and do you feel like you have it?
for sure, doing whatever you want anytime you want.
Okay. That sounds like chaos to me, but that's okay.
That's freedom.
Is that freedom? Okay.
In my eyes,
Yeah, I mean,
ain't
it's
nobody
different in
gonna
everybody's
stop
eyes.
me.
If I was able to do whatever I want anytime I want, I might get a little bit funny. I don't know.
For me, I define freedom completely different. Freedom is discipline.
There is no freedom without discipline.
Yeah, so to me, freedom is discipline. Freedom is at peace, you know, with yourself and everybody else. And freedom to me is love.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I go by the book definition, you know, like freedom of finances, freedom
Yeah.
of time, freedom of expression, like being able to do whatever you want, whatever time you want. And then freedom to, what's the last one? There's 4 of them. Just freedom
I would say,
to
I would
travel,
say,
whatever.
I would say, forget the book.
Yeah.
What is in your heart? What does freedom in your heart mean?
I feel like I'm free as a bird right now. I'm telling you.
But how can you explain that? How can you make us like?
Because
see
I
that?
am doing exactly what I want when I want. You know,
That's what
I
he
know
said.
it. But my problem is it has to have boundaries.
Yeah.
Understood.
That's why I don't know if you had boundaries in yours.
Come on, man. Everybody got boundaries.
Okay, I didn't know if you did. You know,
Shit, I
some
can't
people
fly.
get-
That's a physical boundary
All right,
right
well,
there.
you get on a plane.
Yeah, we get on the plane. But
So you doing whatever you want at any like? Does it have discipline though?
come back to me.
See, my thing is, I'm actually doing something I don't want to do necessarily with
Yes,
the love.
that
you
is
know,
discipline, yeah.
So it's definitely disciplined, you know?
Yeah.
Because you can't have all good and not have any bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question, I'm going to go on to the content. Okay.
right.
If there were no laws or no rules for one day, what would you do? No laws, no rules. You should hear the kids. Oh my God, I'm gonna kill
They
this.
said they wanna
I'm
rob
gonna
a
kill this
bank.
purge. You know, I'm
Yeah.
gonna kill this. I'm like, oh, you ain't killing nothing. You don't even understand.
Just stay where I'm at.
Huh?
I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Stay where you're at. So,
So
there's
if
no
I'm at
laws, no rules. Can't get arrested. Nothing going on. What would you do?
I'm gonna stay where I'm at. Why would I go out and somebody gonna be thinking some wild stuff and do something to me?
Okay.
I'm gonna be.
So
at
you
home.
gonna hide?
Hide it ain't at home. If I'm at home, I'm home. I'm at peace.
All right.
But stay where there's peace.
I don't think anything's going to change because it's a mindset, you know. So if you feel like the rules are already restricting what you was about to do, then
Yeah, you already thinking wrong.
you already think wrong. So like nothing's going to change about me. It's just going to be a regular day. As long as you don't touch me, because I'm going to have to protect me. You know what I
It's
mean?
gonna. Yeah, okay. All right, so the actual title for this is going to be 9 foundational truths to try and make 6 figures, 7 figures, and 8 figures. All right, I'm at 6 figures, just to have fun, you know. But I'm probably mid 6 right now. The 3 things actually you got to learn are sales, marketing, and branding. Okay, if you get good at sales, you're going to actually make 6 figures. If you're a good salesman, you can go sell cars. You can make 100,000. You know what I mean? If you're I don't know, I guess, a teacher nowadays. You know, I mean, if you're, good with your words and stuff, you can make 100,000 real easy. The biggest thing is, though, the definitions of these things, because what's the first thing you think of when you think of a salesman?
You're gonna pitch you something.
Going to pitch you something that you probably don't want.
Yeah.
Need. Okay. The idea of sales, though, if you really want to be a salesman, you have to change your mindset about what sales are. Okay. Defined is uncovering the value of what you have to offer so well that people are happy to exchange the money they have in their pocket for the value you have revealed. Okay. So if you're trying to sell somebody something, it's on you, or it's onus on you to be able to uncover the value of what that is.
Yeah. See what
Okay,
they
if
want.
you can't uncover the value, then don't expect them to buy. Okay. Most people don't like to be sold. Or they don't like to be
Yeah, that's the
people
type of
trying to
tip
sell to. Okay.
I don't
They only
like
like
that.
to buy. So think about that.
Yeah, that's not my.
If people only like to buy, but they don't want to be sold, the better you become a salesman, more people is going. You're going to affect more people. You're going to be able to raise your money up. So you got to learn to love selling. Okay, so if you learn that you find out you have to coach people or talk them into buying something, all that means that you didn't do a good job in uncovering the value of what you're trying to sell. Okay, so you got to think about that. All right. Selling is actually persuading somebody. It's not convincing. Okay, when I get you to do what I want you to do for my reasons, that's convincing you. To persuade you means when I help you make a decision you already want to make for your own reasons, your own benefits. Basically you're giving them an opportunity. Okay. And you got to trust that people are smart and really that they already know what they want or what they desire to have. So the idea of being a good salesman is only selling them something that they want. Okay. If I come in there with air conditioning and it's a place where it's 30 degrees all year long, it's like, what the heck? They don't want that.
It ain't making
what
no
I'm saying?
sense.
So you really have to understand, people know what they want already. All right. So people actually agree to prices and buy solutions. What's that mean? People agree to prices, but they buy solutions.
People always want answers
People want answers to what?
to whatever
Make their
issue
life
they're dealing
easier.
with. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, to
So
feel
they're-
comfortable.
To feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they agree to your price and they buy solutions to their problems. The value must be bigger than the price that they have to pay for that. So they got to, you got to show or uncover that value. How much, they're going to actually
Save.
get ahead.
Yeah.
So now value is only valuable as far as the solution to the problem that they know they have. So if you don't know what the problem is that they have, and you're not obsessed over what problems,
Solving the problem they have.
yeah. So you don't know the solution to the problem, then you're not really selling them. Okay? You're actually trying to just coax them out of their money.
Right.
So, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Facts.
Okay. So value is in the mind of the buyer. So what value you're trying to uncover really has to be in the mind of the person who's buying. Okay. It can't be in your mind. You might think you got the best solution to whatever, but if you can't explain it correctly to the other person, they can't see it, no good. Then the value's gone. Okay. So where does values actually come from? Like, what do I value? One place is past perceived voids create present pursued values. So say I was growing up and I always wanted a certain sports car or whatever, but I never had the money to buy it. A past perceived void. So that was a void in my life that I wasn't able to get that sports car. That's something I value, something that you
Okay.
wanted
You
in the
wanted
past.
for a while.
Yeah, you wanted it for a while. Okay. I would still desire, when I get older, now that I'm making more money, maybe I can get it. Okay. So another one is present perceived virtue. So if you think something is good, that'll actually, create, your values that they'll want to buy from that person. So obviously I'm not trying to buy all the weapons in the world because that doesn't fit with what I'm thinking of. I'm not trying to go out and kill a bunch of animals or kill people or, So if I think it's good, I'll buy it. And the last one is future perceived vision. So if you can see how that is going to help you,
Simple as that.
in the long run, and
How's it
your
gonna be an
problem-
asset for
yeah,
you?
Yeah, how's it going to make money for you, or whatever, So, so the three fundamentals of sales. The first one is actually proper sales perspective. So when you're thinking about selling to somebody, you have to understand that they have a desire for what they desire, And it doesn't matter what you try and sell them. If it's not something they desire, they're not going to buy it. Okay, so you cannot be mad if someone doesn't buy it. You got to understand what you're selling. If you know the value of it and you're able to produce, a pitch, a sales pitch, that shows the value of something, there's probably anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000 people that want it. That just might not be the person. So it's like, tell me yes, tell me no, but tell me now because I got to go. Yeah, you don't want to chase anybody because when you chase them, then it's just like dead weight. It's going to be with you. If you're trying to sell the same person for 2-3 days, it's not going to be any good because they're going to be, they don't see the value in what you're selling. Okay. So that's proper sales perspective. People want you to come after them so they can actually tell you no. So the idea is, like I said, if you're not chasing them and trying to sell one person, then you're not going to worry about that rejection as much. It's just easy to understand. Now, proper sales positioning. When you're selling something, you have to position it next to something else that is actually less value and higher priced. So think about that. If you don't position your offer beside something that's less valuable and more expensive, your client will position your offer beside something less valuable, less expensive. So say I'm selling, I don't know, a used car. Oh, I just saw a used car on, Facebook for, $1,000 less and look even better, But if you're able to, in your sales pitch, tell them, I'll give you an example. Like the one guy that I watch a lot of his content, he sells different programs. The one's like $55,000, one's like $300,000, one's $1 million. There's just different programs. But he actually sells a $55,000 program, and he says, well, how much did you pay for your college tuition, education, all that stuff? This $55,000 program is going to make you more money than your degree ever will.
Absolutely.
Talk that shit.
So I'm saying you got to position it next to something that they see value in.
Yeah.
But it's actually cost you less. But
Yeah, talking about that, like how to, that's actually a good point. Like it's either you tell somebody or maybe the parent of the child, you buy this program for your child, guarantee in 1 year they're gonna make double this, or you can send them to college for 1 year and they might come back live with you for a whole year.
I'm telling you, I've met so many people, even the kids I've dealt with here, that go to college and they're not in their major. I mean, that college degree might have got them a little more confident, but it didn't get them a job.
Right.
And when it gets you a job, now you're stuck like Chuck.
No, so for example, like how do you, if you were to sell something to a business, for example, let's just say like somebody like Salim's Market and Grill, right? How would you sell that, the program or like a package or like a deal?
So the idea is you have to be able to unveil as much value as you can for what they're going to get for what they're buying from you. So the idea is, having testimonials, having things you've already produced that have given value to clients, then you can actually, you sell them, but it's something they need for sure. Because they want to make more money or they want more,
Yeah, that's the thing. How do we get them more money?
You get them more money by, like I said, you can provide a service or you can, sell them some type of goods. Because that's only two ways you do business. So you have a service.
I'm trying to provide a service.
Yeah. So you're providing a service. So you have to be able to get a sales pitch or, the proper sales positioning where, like, say, this company bought this from me, a couple weeks ago. Now they're making this much more. Like I said, some people just make it up.
Yeah.
But really, like I said, if that other person believes it, it don't matter if it's real or not. But because sometimes you got to take a shot. But the idea is to try and place it next to something, with
Very
less value,
valuable,
but less valuable, but it costs more. Your program or whatever that you're trying to offer them has to be, in their price range, sort of, and you got to definitely position it by something that's less expensive and less valuable. So only sell people what they want to buy. So what do people want to buy?
People love materialistic things.
Yeah, so that's goods. Okay. But the whole idea of sales is you have to ask them what they want.
Yeah.
It's like anytime you're speaking to a client, if you're doing all the talking, say I'm the salesperson, I'm talk. I never get any context back, or they give you the content, you give them the context. So the idea is you want to tell them what you have to offer, but ask them questions, well, how long has it been since, you haven't been making, say $200,000 at your job or at your business, if you buy, this package I have here, I mean, I can almost guarantee you, $300,000 because it's all exposure, in different businesses, Can you put it out there, and have more clients come, that kind of stuff. So the proper sales positioning, and the last one is proper sales presentation. So the actual presentation, you're asking questions, you're listening to their answers. They'll provide you what they really need. They'll actually provide you, what they desire, the hurdles they have encountered to try not to, to try and get beyond their problems they have. So you need to ask more questions than you provide answers. Then you're probably getting a bunch of no's. If you're always just talking, it's going to be easy no.
Automatically.
You got to let them talk, because the more they talk, the more they're going to tell you what they need, and then you can make your adjustments. So that's for 6 figures. If you become a good salesman, you can make 6 figures easy. Okay, now if you want to move from 6 figures to 7 figures, which is $1 million, you have to know how to market also.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, because marketing will actually get your product out for more people.
Or you can pay somebody to market for you.
Yeah. So the idea of marketing, everybody thinks marketing is like promotion. Being able to tell everybody what you're doing. But really marketing, what it is it's an art and science of discovering and developing in other people what they desire for more of your product or service or opportunity. So it's really gathering information. Marketing is gathering information. It's not putting information out. Obviously, you put information out after you gather information, but once you figure out what they want and desire, then you can put it out to that person. So you're marketing, to the right people. It's like fishing in the right pond. If you go to the Dead Sea and you try to fish, it's like there ain't no fish in there. But you go over here and it's like big blue tuna and stuff. You're going to get a lot more money. So you give out information to gather information. I see this all the time on the internet. Marketing gives the entrepreneur the ability to make the next contact. So on the internet now, what a lot of these people are doing is they're going to say, I'm going to provide you this free ebook for, it doesn't matter what it is, on sales or something. If you provide me your contact information, I'll send it to your email address. So they're already doing it. I saw it, but now I just realized what they were doing, when I start reading this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're marketing and getting, email addresses and stuff, data, to understand what you're interested in. If I'm already interested in selling, then here comes the program.
Yeah. So next thing you know, they shoot you a program like, hey, we got this for it.
That's all. I'm saying that's the whole idea. That nothing's free.
Yeah.
If in nothing else, you pay attention to what they're doing, and then eventually you pay enough attention, then you're going to start paying your money. So in marketing, there actually is 3 different also levels. So you need a particular marketing market. Okay, if you don't know, commodity market is like, so you sell something that only does what it does. So for example, say a hardware store. Okay, this is a market you want to kind of stay away from. Reason why is, say I sell a box of nails for $5. Okay, now the Joe down the street, sees I'm selling for $5, he sells for $4.95. And I go to lunch and I say, oh my God, he's selling 5 cents cheaper. Now I'm going down. Okay, what it is commodity markets and all that competition, it's a race to the bottom. Your profits are going down, just because you're trying to sell something. So you want to kind of stay out of the commodity markets.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because there's really no margins. There's no loyalty. Because if you sell a little bit cheaper, you see it in gas stations all the time. If you go down 5 cents, I might have been going to this gas station my whole life, but save 5 cents, I'm going here. So that's commodities.
You want to save.
Yeah. So markups are small. Price is set by the competition. And there's really no conversation between the person and the buyer until you come to the counter to buy the thing. So there's really no, relationship building, no loyalty, to the actual thing you're doing. So stay away from commodities. Now there's a mass middle market where the price is set by the cost of goods. So example is car manufacturing, building houses. Okay, and house, it's like if you're trying to sell a house, Zillow will tell you how much you think it's worth. People will know, it's hard to sell something for more than what it is if they can, same with Kelly Blue Book with used cars.
You get a dumb person, they buy
once in a while you get a dumb person, but I'm saying most of the time, they're trying to get as educated as they can on what price they're going to pay for something, but that's why you kind of stay away from that mass middle market, because it's like, there's no money in it. But what the market is you want to get into is premium value market. And that's basically what you're doing. Like when you do something that's not really, Like
It
say,
can be scaled.
yeah, it's well, it can be scaled. It's like it can't.
No, I'm
be,
saying
can't
put it
be
on the scale.
reproduced. Yeah,
Yeah.
it can't be reproduced. Like you are you, and the way you do your work is only you can do it. You know, so you actually set your own prices. Okay, you have long conversations with clients before they buy. Just like when I sell a dog, my wife does a lot of the communication stuff. So I mean, she's selling that dog for maybe 2-3 weeks sometimes. You know, some people will just call and just buy it. You know, but some people, you know, need to be
Ask a lot of
need to
questions.
uncover the value of what you have.
Yeah.
You know, so they ask a lot of questions, and sometimes you know you got to bend over backwards calling them back. But anyways, like I said, in the premium value market, you can set your own price, so you're able to you know get higher returns. So unlike commodity and mass markets, people buy things in premium value markets just because they're expensive. You just think you know Gucci is worth more than you know another you know,
Yeah.
bag company or whatever. You know,
The women love them Birkins.
I'm telling you, I saw it on the internet the one time. They switched the one shoe store. It was a
Payless.
Payless store,
Yeah,
and they
Payless.
put a new name on it.
Yeah.
And they put all the shoes up to $500 or more, and they just come in there and buy.
Everybody
Oh, I
came in,
like
yeah.
this one. I'm like, "Dang."
$100 more.
Oh, it's way more than that. It's
Yeah.
like $500 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy what they did. But they showed you though. It's like people. There's a market for whatever your price is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if you keep your price low, you're going to deal
And it
with
was
the low
the same
price people.
shoes.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same shoes on that one. Yeah.
I said, wow, that was crazy.
Yeah. All right. So in marketing, like I said, you got to know which market you want to go into. Okay. Profound, prolific marketing message, basically meaning that your marketing message has to be kind of like one of a kind. So it's like, what is your message to your customers? What are you providing as far as value? What can you do that someone else can't do? You know what I mean? So it's got to be mind blowing. It's got to be everywhere. You got to put it out there. And the last one is profitable marketing matrices. Metrics are measurable and profitable. So actually, the more money you make, the more money you keep. It's like you have to take the idea of how much it costs to do your business or the cost of your goods and build into your offer what you want your lifestyle to be. You know what I mean? And like I said, you might sit on it for a little while, but eventually there's going to be people buying, you know, like crazy, you know, because they actually buy that. Some people won't buy things if they're too cheap.
Real
I mean, when I'm
Yeah,
selling
they just-
$100 dogs, I can't make enough $100 dogs, but I'm saying there's people who won't even buy them because they're $100. I'm saying that people
Yeah, because
out there
they're
just
gonna
buy-
look like they're gonna ask what's wrong with the dog.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they
it, sick.
automatically assume something wrong. Yeah, that thing needs wormed or what? Yeah. Okay, so having a business is way too hard to just make money. Okay, you need to build a business to create wealth. What does that mean? That's big right there. So if you're just trying to make money, you can get a job and make money.
Right.
If I want $100,000, I can get a job for $100,000.
Yeah.
If I want to build wealth, that's what the business is supposed to provide. And we've talked a bunch of times, you know, about, you know, how you're supposed to work on your business, not work in your business, which is something that damns
From-
me, you know.
From far away.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
I feel
saying
like
just-
if you are controlling or in your business, you're actually hurting the business.
Yeah, I mean, you're a bottleneck choke. It's
Yeah.
like everything has to come through you. You have to do everything,
Yeah,
you know.
you sucking the business dry.
It's just
you're choking the business.
It's not really business. It's a job. You know,
Yeah.
you created your own job, basically.
But even like to be able to because having a business also like everything to go through you gives you an ego, gives you a power.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Builds
we
you up, yeah, and then
we
you
like
know.
to abuse power and don't want to give it up. And in that case, you might make decisions that are personal, and you're gonna bring that to the and to the business. So you're choking the business.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the three things there are just understand your market and then have a good marketing message. And the last one is, you know, how do you measure, you know, how your marketing is going? How you're collecting that data? Who you actually, you know, uncovering the value to? Last one's branding. Okay, which one's better, a personal brand or a business brand? Any idea?
A business brand.
Why do you think business?
Because you got to brand yourself wherever you go.
Okay, you think a business brand is better than a personal brand because you got to.
I don't understand what you mean personal and business brand. What are you talking about?
I think business. The reason why I'm saying that is because you need to detach yourself from that. A personal, to me, if you say a personal brand, you're talking about just if, for example, if Liam is attached to the dog, business or the name of whatever, if Liam does something, everybody's gonna be like, oh, don't buy from Liam because he's a, people know you for that like brand. That's why when you have ambassadors, if they do something, they kick them out of, from being ambassador because it brings a bad name to that business.
Okay, so which one's more valuable, a personal brand or a business
You got to
brand?
define.
Okay, I'll define
Yeah.
it for you. Okay. Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is he more valuable than Tesla?
No.
No, because Tesla is what makes him.
Yeah.
I mean, really,
Is he more valuable than SpaceX?
is he more valuable? 'Cause
What do you mean by that?
Is he-
Because he's not more. He's
I'm
not
trying
more,
to change your mind.
Yeah, he's not more
More
valuable.
valuable.
Yeah, he's not more valuable than the
Why
business.
is he valuable?
his mindset.
Yeah.
He
Okay, what if, like you were saying, I was running a Tesla
Yeah.
and I was out drinking every night and womanizing? Would I be more valuable than Tesla?
no, they won't
No.
take you seriously.
Okay,
Because you're hurting hurting the brand.
correct. So my thing is, I'm telling you, this is a lot of new information.
Yeah.
You need to build a personal brand first. Okay, business brands, you're gonna have 10,000 different businesses. Okay, if you build one brand for a business, that business might get bought in a year.
You move
Okay, but
on.
if your personal brand is not, good character, coming to work
Oh,
on
your
time,
personal.
that's your personal brand.
Okay,
Right now,
what
you have-
people
you have
know
a
you
personal-
for.
But you gotta look at it like this, Link.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
Okay,
You human, right?
You
correct.
see,
Are you perfect?
No,
So you're not perfect.
right?
And there's gonna be times where you are gonna make mistakes. What I'm trying to say is you don't want to be attached to that business, even though yes, you have a personal
Every business
Yeah.
has a founder.
Yes, it has a founder, but
Correct. Until I
most of the
sell it,
time
then there'll be a new person.
yeah, most of the time the founders are just known for that, but they don't want to be attached because they're not perfect. The thing is, you will destroy. For example, the Cristiano Ronaldo brand. He came to the United States. He went to the club, and yet he was hit with like, what do you call it, a sexual case. How many people dropped him? A lot of people dropped him. The Neymar, a lot of people, dropped him because Adidas was attached to it. Or
So is that his personal brand, or are you talking about the business?
I mean,
his personal
he's
brand.
the personal brand because he is the brand. He's
Okay,
a soccer
so
player.
now
He is the
you're
brand.
getting on my boat,
Yeah, yeah.
saying the personal brand is more important than the business brand.
I mean, I guess so.
I could make a business and I could be the worst, character in the world.
Yeah.
If they don't know me, that's fine. But I'm
Yeah.
saying once they know me, that business is
Yeah,
done.
you become. Yeah, you be.
We're talking the same
yeah,
thing.
Okay, I got you. I
yeah.
got
So
you.
the personal brand is something you have to work on first, because your business brand can ride off in the sunset with your personal brand. It's like you could sell a business and that business could take off still, and it's somebody else. But
Wow.
without a personal brand, because some personal brands are worth billions of dollars.
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
the concept.
Yeah, that's the idea. I'm saying the business just comes and goes.
I mean, I'm just
You are
saying.
not your business.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
which
saying?
one is more freedom, though? The business, the personal branding, or the business branding? Because if you're personal, then you
Freedom
have
meaning
to.
what? You're free to do any business you want.
No, I'm talking about freedom of living because you are human. You will make mistakes. So like that's what I'm saying. That freedom, you're not perfect.
Okay, so let's talk about some politic people. They're worth a lot of money, some of them. Yeah, I mean, but do they make
Thieves.
mistakes? Absolutely.
Yeah, thieves.
But I'm saying their personal brand is what they have to work on.
Yeah,
I'm saying because they're going to get put money in the stock market. They're going to put money here, put money there. The business part of it, like I said, the business brand is only as good as that personal brand. Honestly, you know?
I got the concept.
Yeah. So just an idea, and
like
like I said,
imagine when McConley fell asleep while he was talking.
so to give you a definition, a brand actually defined is a name that reminds you of a story. Okay, so when I talk about Hussein, what does that name remind me? What's my story I think of when I talk about,
That's
Hussein?
your story to tell.
That's
it.
right.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's your brand though.
Yeah.
Because you think your brand is what you think it is.
Right.
Your brand is actually what other people think about you.
True. Okay, I got that.
Okay, yeah. So your brand's not what you believe about you; it's about what other people believe about you. So you already have a personal brand. Is your personal brand good? Are you a person of your word? Do you do whatever it takes to make money? I mean, if
I feel like it's my personal brand. So it's definitely decent.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't throwing shots.
I'm just saying in general.
I'm trying to describe what a brand
You
is.
still feel like you taking shit.
No, I'm telling you, because he can probably shoot me too. No, I ain't doing nothing. Okay, are you often late and unprepared? I'm saying we're talking about your personal brand. Say you make a time where you're meeting up with some other people, try to do business. If you're there on time,
I'm most likely always 30 minutes early, most of the time.
Nothing wrong with that. So in the Bible, it actually says a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. So basically meaning that if your name ain't good, your brand ain't good.
Right.
So you got to think about that when you're making decisions and choosing to do stupid stuff, So there's a reason why there are billion-dollar brands. Okay, they actually attach their names to different values. They pay athletes to wear tennis shoes. So if you're a real good basketball player, they might give you millions of dollars just to sell their sneakers.
Yeah. I mean, that's branding. And being like an ambassador.
Thing, yeah. They're selling their personal brand.
Yeah, that's all. They're selling their personal brand to make money for your company. Okay, so how do I make my name worth so much that people want to attach my name to their brand?
I got a question for you.
Okay.
When people think of Arsenal Middle School,
Okay.
do they think of Coach Lemus? Or do they think of Arsenal Middle School, the famous school in Lawrenceville?
I don't think it's a famous school in Lawrenceville. And I like I said, I truly have a personal brand being here so consistently and with the kids and but
the student, the staff.
am I doing anything with that? Probably not. I might be though, because I might, like I said, I'm still trying to get my mind around starting that Boys to Men thing. If I do that and that goes a little bit more global or whatever, like if I write a book or write an ebook or anything, that's going to originate here, so it would help, the Arsenal brand, but yeah, I'm not trying to be the number one anything. I don't care. I care what I don't, because I do have the sign up that says I am the one. Most people say, I'm not the one, you ain't gonna mess with me. I'm like, I am the one that, makes the decisions, so.
Yeah.
So how do I make my name worth so much that people want to attach my name to their brands? That's what you got to figure out.
Put some
'cause you could be
value
the
to
next-
myself.
Yeah, you could be the next $1 billion brand.
For sure.
But you have to work on yourself, like you said.
For sure. Not procrastinate on certain things
Right,
that needs to be done.
So you got to be almost impeccable. You know what I mean? Because some brands won't even call you, won't let you in the room unless no one can find anything bad about you.
Yeah.
So there's an idea here. This guy's a podcast that I get some of my information from, but he said there's an actual idea called a podcast pyramid, where to build their podcast brand, they actually go around and try and find somebody that has either more views or has a little bit better value as far as putting it out there. And that's only the podcast they go on. They don't go on like just a initial startup. Now, with the matrices or whatever, they can actually show, say, if I went on a good podcast, like, say, I don't know, Diary of CEOs or something is a good podcast. Joe Rogan's a good podcast. So if I go on there, my matrices could actually measure how many views I get compared to somebody else you brought on that podcast. So the idea is if you go around to different podcasts, you're going to bring your views up. You know what I mean?
For sure, because now people are going to know your
just
name.
different people will know you. So to actually complete what we're talking about, so we're talking about brands, you need to develop a desirable skill. So what skill do you have that you are the best at? What are you known for? What am I known for? I guess for coaching, but there's really not much way to monetize that. I mean, if I started an academy or something, that's not where I want to go with it, because I don't want to do more work. I want to do less work, and
and this is where you got to delegate.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Delegation.
I help
very
people when they can.
important.
Yeah. So you want to develop a skill. You got to be good at something and deliver on your promises. Okay. You need to develop a duplicatable system. So you have a systemized way of doing something. You need to be able to teach your system to somebody else. If you can do that, then you can have easily a product on the internet that people will buy into.
It's simple.
Yeah. And you need to deploy that dynamic story into the market. So people will find out, that you're good at something. And it's funny because the one guy that died, Dr. Miles Monroe, he passed away in like an airplane accident with his he had his own plane and own jet or whatever. But trying to think who it was. They asked him because he was really good at leadership, but he was from the Bahamas. But I think it was. It don't matter. He's one of the Diddy dudes. So I ain't even gonna say his name.
He acted out.
Yeah, somebody asked him. They're like, the first call that we made for this leadership conference was to a guy in the middle of the Bahamas, but he was known for that skill. As far as leadership skill. So he built that leadership skill up so much that people are calling him and paying him, $200,000-$300,000 just to show up and do an hour, little thing. Yeah, I'm saying when you're selling intellect, it's hard to put a price on it.
Yeah.
This guy that I listen to all the time, he's like, I don't fly private anymore, or I don't fly commercial anymore. I only fly private. So
yeah.
I put that
You
right
gotta
into
book
my
me.
If you book me, you're paying for
All
my
this.
flight. You know what I mean, to and from.
You got to.
And my people. Yeah.
Your stage, your staff, your security.
Yeah. So the idea is, like I said, the three things that move you from 6 to 7 to 8 figures. You start with the sales, then you got to get good at marketing, and then you got to get good at branding. But you can't really get that 8 figures if you don't know how to brand. You don't know how to market.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Sales
you
only will take you so far. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
you got to be able to sell to more people.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So that's the idea.
Definitely got the concept.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have any other questions, but that's.
All right, that's
that-
that's
feel
a
like
line
there's
of work
more.
right there.
No, there's really not more on here.
Nah, you can
No,
go.
on the flip side. There you go.
Oh, that's something else. That's starting on a
okay.
new. Yeah.
You said he was starting.
Yeah.
I mean, so for example, let's just talk about your dog business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sales, marketing, and branding, correct?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
How do you guys brand? Because I've been thinking about trying to sell you my services,
Mm-hmm.
and
I love that.
I've been thinking about this for a long time, and
Right.
you guys are doing fine, right?
Yeah,
with
yeah.
sales, but I'm trying to help you to the next stage.
Yeah. So
Where-
right now, my business is not ready for your service,
I got you.
and I would love to have your service because I know it's strong as battery acid.
Yeah.
But my problem right now is my wife is not. She doesn't trust. Our business can only be so big right now because
Yeah.
there's only 2 of us.
Yeah.
If we actually started to
Expand.
expand,
Yeah.
and it would actually be fairly easy, like I said, to put, because she does Facebook ads once in a while. She'll put stuff on different platforms or whatever, AKC stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just hit and miss. That's not a marketing plan. You know what I mean? Because marketing, you would find out, where, I mean, our dogs sell all over the country and actually all over the world,
Yeah.
And she's actually built the brand fairly well. So you can have a piece from the brand that's really helping your business, even though if you don't have real good marketing, because anytime that somebody asks, oh, do you have a dog for sale? It's like all these people that are producing dogs say, well, Carol Amos, she lives in Pennsylvania. She does, because she was in the top. She was a top breeder in the nation for Palms, for 2 years. It's like I said, she's branded it already, not even knowing what she's doing because she loved
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
Like I said, she does
Yeah.
all these dog shows, and so there's a lot of exposure there. But to be a business, like I said, you got to get out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, she could make a lot more money and could have a $1 million business easy, with just being able to
A team.
step back,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and actually having other people work in your business, and you got to work on your business.
Right.
But like you said, I mean, it would be nice to have that type of marketing and different things. But right now, with that type of marketing on what we're doing, it's not going to work. I mean, you're going to make it like there's too many people calling.
But here's the question, and I feel like
Yeah.
I'm even getting too personal.
No, it don't matter. Go ahead. Man.
I already know you. Like, I'm good. I don't really care for traveling. I don't really care for this. What would she like to do for fun? If the dogs are fun, what would she like to do that have nothing to do with dogs or anything? And how can you, like, that's just because first you have to find out what she like to do and try to sell on that so you can grow the business, delegate it, and you just.
Yeah, because remember, marketing is nothing but collecting information. Like you said,
yeah.
those are questions you'd have to ask her.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could ask her, but she always says, I want to produce almost the perfect Pomeranian. I'm like that. First of all, perfection is an excuse
Yeah.
for not doing something else.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
all it is. Yeah, it's
Only God can be perfect.
procrastination
Nobody
is all
else.
it is. You know, so you're procrastinating on something if you want to be perfect,
Okay.
because it's never going to happen. Second of all, she doesn't even try. It's like she won't even say this is a business.
Yeah.
She said it's a hobby.
hobby.
I'm like, this is a heck of a hobby. It takes 4 hours a day. I'm like, man, this is like a crack hobby or something.
Yeah.
That don't make any sense. It's something you can't get rid of.
Yeah.
I keep saying her, eventually we're gonna wear out.
Yeah. You
know what I
you
mean?
will.
Yeah, between the
Your
two
body's
of us,
not gonna handle it.
That's the nice thing about the natural progression of things. And when
Yeah.
you wear out, then you finally figure out that you just hire a couple of people, and it doesn't take anything off your top end. You know what I mean? Because it's money you either pay the government or you pay your worker.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's
So-
better. It's better that you pay your worker because you are actually helping the.
Oh yeah,
The
community,
It's
yeah,
just,
the
yeah,
economy
like I
and all
said,
that.
it's in the Bible. It says you will become. I don't even know what the name is, but through a multitude of businesses. It doesn't say go get a job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it knows, a job does nothing but kind of put a ceiling in it and put you in a box.
Yeah.
So-
It's just you not to love.
yeah, it doesn't
that
allow
check.
your skills to come out. It doesn't allow your creativity to come out. Because when you have a job, you're doing something for somebody else.
Yeah.
You got to fit in their box. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it is definitely something in the back of my mind. And there's no one else I would rather do it with than you.
And
But
you know-
I don't open a can of worms I can't shut.
The crazy thing is I've never done. I've done for like Dollar Bank. Like I've done like a dog being cleaned, but it was more like we were advertising for that dog cleaning company was banking with Dollar Bank. So
Yeah.
but I haven't done like an actual dog shoot. And I don't really mess with dog, but that would be something different. That would be
Yeah.
something out of my comfort zone
Yeah.
that I want to try.
Yeah.
Usually I use people, and so that would be something different.
Yeah.
But no,
These dogs you ain't got to worry about.
Yeah, it's puppies.
Yeah, these little
Yeah.
yappers. That's all.
The rich people, dog.
That's all.
That's what I call them.
Hey,
You ever see a rich person walking their dog? It's usually one of them.
one of them little ones.
Or they carrying it right on their,
They
right
put it in their purse.
Yeah.
because they come out little.
Those are like the
sometimes.
plain dogs too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but